Hey, my brothers and sisters, how's it going? Thank you guys for tuning again to my videos. Thanks to everyone that's watched the last previous videos, and yeah, it's really cool. It's really nice. So I've just been busy a lot. Not been doing as much as I should be doing, but I've got a few videos that I'll be putting up in the next coming days. And yeah, today's topic I want us to talk about, or I feel like the Lord kind of like wants me to talk about. For all you guys I don't know yet that haven't subscribed to my channel, is set apart once, and it's pretty much me talking, trying to put the word of God together with today's society, and me as a young man that's recently given my life to Jesus Christ, and just try to see how I can help my brothers and sisters, play my part in trying to share the gospel, or trying to point and direct people to that's the path we all need to be taking, which is going to the Lord. But today's topic we're talking about is do what thou wilt. Now, some of you guys are familiar with that term. Some of you guys don't know what it means, or probably asking what it means. Yes, it's called do what thou wilt. Now, if you guys are aware of Aleister Crowley, he was pretty sure it was like dubbed as the evilest man on earth. He was pretty much a witchcraft practitioner, like a satanist, whatever names you want to give him. He was just a person that indulged into worshipping Lucifer, and he created this term, which it's the do what thou wilt, which the whole idea is saying it shall be. He was saying as it shall be the whole law. So do what thou wilt simply means do as you please, do what you want. So he gave a prediction how the future, like how we're living today, it's going to be a future of love is going to be the new law, and love under the will. And yeah, so it's funny when you think about what he was he was pushing out, the message and the content, and you think about today's society. It's exactly what it is. We're living in a society where I call it a do or that will, where people have this all me. I'm doing what I want. I am self-empowered. I am trying to be the best I can be. Now, many of you guys are probably gonna say, like, what's wrong with that? Well, like, isn't that what we should be? Yeah, you're right. We should be that. However, not in that sense of direction. Because when you go towards that sense of direction of trying to be me, again, I put my hand up, I was there. Before I gave my life, I had that mentality, that mindset, which was very toxic. It's not something I recommend. It's not something I push you to kind of like indulge your kids into be watching. Guard your kids, safeguard your kids, because this is what is indoctrinated in today's society. The do or that will culture. That's what I refer it as. Everything is about yourself. Everything is about it's about self-empowerment, be the best that you can be. Now, these terminologies are very, very very specific, and you probably be still thinking, why, what's wrong with that? Nothing whatsoever. But these terminology, they come off, or they drawn from occultism, again with Mr. Aleister Crowley. And for all you guys, I know he's dead anyways, but he created this movement, and the do or that will was set to be the new law. So meaning people will do as you please, do what you want, do how you feel, be the best what you can whatsoever. Now, if I was to explain to you that if we were to do what we want, it creates lawlessness. And if there is lawlessness, it brings chaos. And it's exactly what this guy was preaching and pushing out there, and which is what's happening today. You see everyone's mindset. Maybe you're listening, maybe you're thinking like this, or you used to think like this, or you have these thoughts sometimes where people are very selfish. It's all about me. Now, I'm not gonna talk about no one apart from myself, because this whole set apart ones is like I speak a lot with my experiences. I speak a lot coming from my point of view in terms of my experience, and try to for people out there that have eyes to see and ears to hear. Many of you guys are not probably even going to condone this video, which is fine. I know specifically it's targeted for the people that have eyes to see and ears to hear. If you know what I'm talking about, you will definitely get it. And I was like that. I had that mindset where it was all about me. I just wanted to just, self-centered, as in I'm trying to be the best I can. And you're probably thinking, where does this bring God in the picture whatsoever? That's my point. Because when you have a mindset like that, you drift away so far from God. And I'm speaking to people out there that believe in God. Now, many of you guys probably not believing in God, which is fine, it's cool. However, it's still applicable for you guys. But I speak to a lot of the ones that believe in God, especially Christians, or the ones that refer themselves as Christians, where you practicing the word of God, but you're indulging into this do or that will thing. You see the new age movement, how they call it. It's this stuff with self-empowerment, self-enlightenment, with yoga, where you learn this stuff in yoga. It sounds all innocent, but believe me, it all roots back to occultism, as in Freemasonry, into Satanism, into all of that. You're probably going to be like, oh, here we go again. You guys are talking, you're saying this stuff. Now, on this channel, I don't want to talk too much about these occultism and all of these other stuff, but believe me, it all plays a part into it. It's all like a big machine. And from music videos to see how it's all self-centered, the message that these musicians has been pushed down or shoved down your throat, from entertainment, from even sports. It's all about trying to make people achieve certain things that they can't even reach. Musician promoting, if they're not talking about sex, showing off about how they got cars, how they got this, how they got girls, how they got all of these stuff. If they are not, as in trying to show off. You look at social media, like the ideology of people, for instance, I'll take in Snapchat. I used to be doing these stuff until I realized, like, why am I even doing these stuff? As in, I have my phone, I am, I bought a pair of shoes, and then I'm taking a picture of it and I'm putting it out there, and I'm showing something, and I'm like, this is all to do with, you're like showing off, even if though you're not thinking you're showing off, but it's like, it makes no sense. Like, you know what I mean? It makes no sense. It creates a certain type of cult, as in you're showing off, or you see people sometimes, they're showing their shoes, they're showing off all of this kind of like superficial stuff that's been promoted on social media and that culture. And then you see little kids looking at stuff like that and they aspiring to become things like this. This is what it's happening to our generation. We're having the kids, they're growing up and they want to aspire and become like these guys they see on TV. They see these stuff that have been shoved down the throat from social media. It's revolving around this culture, which is called the do what thou wilt. Many of you guys probably do not know what it is. And I urge you guys to kind of like look into these stuff. You know what I mean? Understand, what does this mean? It roots back to occultism and Freemasonry and all of these stuff that are like from the other side. I like to refer. Do you know what I mean? Now, where does God come in the picture? From all you guys, I know about the Bible and reading reading the Bible and reading verses. 2 Timothy from chapter 3. It's very, this is Paul, my favorite apostle, legend. He spoke and he wrote in a letter. He's saying in the days that, the end of days, we were going to come to a day where people are so about self-loving. People are so very selfish. They love money. They are willing to lie and tell lies and kill each other for stuff. People are willing to be, people are so proud, a sense of pride that I know everything and whatsoever. So read that chapter. I don't want to say everything to you, but it's funny how when you read that chapter, you just think about, I feel like I see this every day. We live in today's age, but yet this was being predicted. For you guys that I don't believe in the Bible and don't be thinking, oh, it was written by bullshitters, excuse my French, but it's just very interesting how things were being predicted from 100 years ago. And you see how we're living in today. We're living these stuff that was being predicted. You read and you're thinking like, wow, this is what people are. People have a sense of proudness, sense of all about, they bring it on the belt of it's all about love. And if you point out something that's right, so people are doing, you point out something wrong to people, they dub you straight as a hater. Why are you hating? It's all about love here. You've got these movements from the Me Too movement. You've got this kind of like, no disrespect to no females out here, but the whole feminist movement and how it's indoctrinated to corrupt people. You know what I mean? It's indoctrinated about this self empowerment, this self. You don't understand that it's being shoved down your throat, but there is a big agenda behind it. It's like the people that are pushing this stuff out, like, they don't care about you guys that are doing these movement and stuff. They're trying to create chaos and lawlessness. Hence why it's called Do What That Will, do as you please. You wake up in the morning, be yourself, be who you want to be. Like, really? You know what I mean? When I hear this stuff, I laugh. Like, am I supposed to be someone else? Like, was God wrong the way he made me? Was he wrong? You know what I mean? Promoting, you know, you see kids that are a certain age, you're telling a 3-4-year-old kid to be himself, be who you want to be. He doesn't know nothing, but you're telling a kid that's 3-4-year-olds, like, and I'm telling all of you guys know what I'm talking about. You see in the news, you see these stuff that they indoctrinate and pushing out into kids' throat. And it's just so sad. It's literally so sad. And people are here clapping their hands. Yeah, that's so right. But when you have people speaking about it and trying to raise consciousness into it, they're quickly attacked and being dubbed. Now, I'm a person, like, I decided to take this walk and do this channel because I don't want to say I don't care about those that would be shoving away this message and not listen to it. I'm lying if I'm saying that. I genuinely care about everyone. However, I more have a very kind of like softness towards the younger people. I refer myself as a young person, and I didn't have no one to tell me certain stuff, and I had to figure out myself, or I had to learn the hard way. And I see this youth growing up, and there is no role models telling them what to do or what's right and what's wrong. They have no morals and values, because when you do exercise the do what that will mindset, there is no morals and values. You can do whatsoever. If you're happy doing that, if that makes you happy, go ahead, do it. Even if that thing is something you know morally it's wrong, but you are indoctrinating people and allowing them to say it makes you good, therefore go for it. And I point this video a lot to my Christian brothers out there. You know, those are like, you know, they are on a path where they say they're following God, following God's word and what God's word, following it. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to have a go at you. I'm going to be real and tell you what it is, because not a lot of people will say this to you, but I'm being real and saying this because I had to learn the hard way. I used to be indulging all of these stuff. I didn't even know. Hence why I was saying I was falling in a dark, deep, dark pit. I had no idea. I thought I had everything in control. I thought I knew everything. I feel whatsoever. But you don't understand. This is something being shoved at you guys. And when you indulge it, you're just literally so far from God. You think you're close to God. You think because you're praying, yeah, I'm praying, I'm going to church on Sundays, and even though Sunday is not the Sabbath day, but yeah, you don't understand. You are detracting yourself because you're indulging this mindset. So my message, you know, that this video, it's really, really key. It's like the do what that will culture. A lot of people are indulging into this stuff. You know, when you talk about self-enlightenment and you're telling me you're a Christian, and like, I'm sorry, you know, go read the Bible properly. There's no such thing about self-enlightenment. Jesus Christ is the light, is the key, is him, the truth, is him, everything. Living with Jesus Christ. As much as I don't like that word self-enlightenment, you would be a new being. Do you know what I mean? These guys that told you about be yourself, be self-empowered, be self-enlightenment, these are all stuff that's leading to be, you can be a God. You are a God. You have this inner power in yourself, which again links with stuff like with yoga, trying to be oneness, like these type of terminology. It links again with things with again with the occultism and mysticism and, you know, stuff that have been taught into by, like I said, by the occult. These type of terminologies, it links to you can be yourself. You don't need no one. You know, you need to have this mindset, you know, chasing money, trying to better yourself, trying to improve yourself. I know what people would say. Is that not a good thing? Yes and no, if you're doing it in the wrong way. And I speak to those that are like Christians, you know, those that believe in God and trying to chase God, you know that Jesus will make you a better person. You don't need to have this type of mindset because it's very poisonous. It's very selfish. It makes you very proud. And these are the things that are like a cross on the books of God. Like it gives you a sense of big ego and stuff. This is where it leads you to. I used to be like that. I didn't even know until I realized, like, wow, this is so wrong. You become self-centered about yourself. You're missing the whole point of what the Jesus teaches us. Placing people, you need to place other people's needs before your needs. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a difficult, hard pill to swallow. In our society, many people are going to be like, why would I do that? Why would I place their need before my need? But so I'm saying it's that sense of being very humble, loving your neighbor, loving your partner like the way you love yourself. You know, so it's sad. Many people, it's sad to see so many people, even those I've seen that refer themselves as like following God, and they are so falling into this trap. You know, they're doing this self-enlightenment, reading this self-help book, and you've got the power in you to do this. man, it's to say it raw to you out there. It's all the enemy, man. You know, I'm speaking, if you know what I'm talking about. This is all demonic practices, but all sugar-coated and served to you the way you want to hear it. You know, so it's like, I know this video might be a few people in the comments might be saying what they're saying, but believe me, I'm telling you these stuff because I genuinely care, and I want you guys to open your open your eyes and see what's been shoved down your throat. Yeah, so I felt like I had to kind of like address into this. Yes, I'm sorry if I'm not going too much into details. I just literally want to point out something that you see a lot, you know, on social media. You see a lot of this thing where it's all about, you know, showing off, you know, so much vanity, you know, so much you know, profanity, so much. It's like you see these stuff that it becomes disgusting. You know, I used to do it and I didn't even know it until I realized, like, whoa, like this is just, yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. And when you try to point it out, people will try to dub you as a hater and stuff. So, and you know, you get these people approaching, I say it's all in the name of love and all of that, try to sugarcoat, and you're thinking, yeah, that's true, we also love by the name of love and we need to love. It's true, we need to love, but this is like wolf in a sheep's skin approaching you guys and telling you, yeah, it's cool, do you know what I mean, it's all in the name of love, let's do this, it's all in the name of love, you know, sticking the love sticker onto messed up, corrupted stuff, where you need to have discernment to kind of see exactly what's the big picture, what's the big agenda. I mentioned earlier on, I was talking about, you know, when the me groups, if you've seen these hashtag movements, it's all about me, it's all about this self-loving. Of course, you need to like love yourself, like, do you know what I mean? But you have to understand where it's done in a way where it creates a lot of people become too proudful. You know, they saying, if I don't love myself, who will love me? It's true, but I'm sorry, I'm always going to root it back towards God, because we are supposed to love God first before everything. And if you love that, you will genuinely have that love that we all seek in our hearts. We all seek that oneness, that love. We all want to feel really special, and you know what I mean, we have partners, we have, you know, people that are around us, but we still feel like we are not loved. But this is what God comes in. This is where it is his role. But today's world is saying to people, they're not probably saying it plain, but they're saying you don't need God. You've got the power of a God in you. You've got the touch. Be one with nature. Be yourself. Unlock your potentials. I'm saying these words because these are the words how they get people. You hear a lot of these life coaches out there. I'm not trying to mess no one's business, but I'm just being a real person. And I'm not even going to biblical, but I'm just trying to make people understand what it creates. And it's now being shoved down towards the younger generation, and they're growing up and they're becoming so selfish, so self-centered. You know what I mean? There is no love, showing. There's no kind of authenticity about people. People want to get to know you only for one aspect. People want to use you because they need to get what they want to get from you. It's like there is no values being put into things now. But my brothers and sisters, I care about all of you guys, and you know what I mean. And like I said from my previous videos, we are touching the end of days. Some of you guys might not want to hear it, but that's the reality. Get right with God. Accept Jesus Christ. Believe me, for all of you guys that are feeling empty inside, you might have everything that you want, or you might be chasing things that you think you want. It might not be what you need. Call his name, call on Jesus' name. I'll guarantee you, it will heal your heart. You don't need nothing in this world that you think you need, like you're so desperate to have. You probably don't need it. I'm being honest with you, as I'm speaking from someone that was someone, everything I'm speaking in this video, I was indulging this stuff without even knowing it, not understanding that it's something that's really messed up. Now I see it, and I see how these new kind of like movements popping out, these new kind of these abominations. There's certain things I probably don't even want to speak about. It's not because I'm afraid, it's just because I don't want to go too much off topic, because this channel, like I said, I'm trying to turn people, or put a seed in your head to be like, give a chance to the Lord. He changed a guy like me that was so indulging into the ways of the world, that was so like, I was such a corrupted mindset I had. You know what I mean? It was all about, it's money on my mind, when I never was this type of person. But from the moment I start thinking like that, you know what I mean? If you ain't got money, you ain't got nothing to say to me. As in, this is these type of mentality that's been breeded into people under the cover of love. You need to be you need to better yourself. Money ain't gonna better you. It's not gonna better you, unfortunately. Yes, it helps, but it's not going to better you. Yeah, I just felt like this was really bugging me. So for whoever that's listening to this video, if it's meant for you, please, my brother, please, my sister, just, even if you don't believe in the Lord, I stress this out because it's like I was lost too. I didn't know. I knew something was wrong with me, something was changing, but I didn't know exactly what it was. I didn't until I had enough. I felt like I was crumbling, like I was fine physically, mentally, but there was just, I knew something was just wrong. And it's the way how society was changing me. All of these things, all of this kind of like affecting me, being social engineered. You know what I mean? It's like it's from movies, from music, they are all the same. From sports, they are all the same. It's all part of one big machine. You really need to have discernment to be able to see what I'm talking about. Like I said, this is for people that have eyes to see and ears to hear. So if you feel like this relates to you, all I could say to you is like, call on Jesus' name. Only him can give you that true happiness that we all seek. We think we need to be these superstars, we need this limelight, we need all of this stuff what's been sold to us. You need this, believe me, that's all bollocks. I call it as in like, these are instant flesh desires. It's just when you're sleeping with someone, you want them, you lust after them. But from the moment you guys sleep, as soon as it's done, after your 10 minutes or whatsoever, or how many minutes it is, as soon as it's done, it's like you come into your senses. I'm speaking a lot from a male perspective. You start having your guilty conscience, thinking, why did I even do that? You probably genuinely didn't even like that girl, but you went and just satisfied your flesh. That's why you need to crucify your flesh and really seek what's good for you. But anyways, for all you guys that are not following my channel yet, I really urge you guys to follow my channel. Follow, like, subscribe, click on that bell. I'll be pushing out videos. I'll be mixing. I think I'll be doing more videos like this, talking stuff, going a bit off biblical, but it's kind of biblical related, but I will mainly be pushing out there of stuff that is happening in today's societies. You know, some of you guys might not like it, but so be it. But please like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.